by the names of Nabil Peace and I'm from Chigo Prisons Primary School. We environmental members suggested to make this water pond for our school to prevent soil erosion and for future use. This water would gather into our school compounds, cause accidents, take away the soil, and it may lead to soil infertility. Our trees could not grow well. They would be like that. But since we made this water pond, water is collected here instead of it gathering into our school compounds. Thank you.
And this project is namely composite manure. That we are having 3 stages of making composite manure. The first stage, the second stage, and the third stage. We did this because our school lacks soil fertility. For this soil, we use the benefits which we get from this composite manure helps us to put on our trees as you see them, even our tomatoes, they are there.
Makindye Ssabagabo, and this is our water solar pump. We use it for watering our crops.
This water is used for irrigation, watering our crops, and we use that water in our urban flushing toilets.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Protocol observed. I'm by the names of Nabil Peace, and I am from Chigo Prisons Primary School. Our main project is about planting trees. But how can we plant trees without using the conditions for them to grow and carry out their duties? I'm going to talk about on the condition of water. You know every living thing cannot live without water. We decided to get the ways how we could get these things through the environment, but not affecting the environment. As you see, there's our water harvesting pit. It is from up to down. Our school was facing a challenge of erosion, lack of water during wet seasons. This water harvesting pit would help us in wet seasons. How? Rain could come. It starts raining. The water just gathers into our classrooms, into our gardens, and destroys our things. Since we made this water harvester, water will just flow well and come into our harvesting pit for future use. Instead of it doing other dangers. We decided to make this water harvesting pit to control soil erosion. How? That water could take all our topsoil into other places which would lead to soil infertility. That water harvesting pit helps us in rain formation. How? Like in dry seasons, like in wet seasons, as we all know that weather is the condition of a place recorded for a short time. It could rain. After raining, it goes away. So this water pond is heated by the sun to form evaporation, so that the formation of rainfall could be formed. Let me welcome my colleague to talk how do we manage our planting of trees during sunny seasons.
By names of Natkunda Rebecca, a pupil from Chigo Prisons Primary School. Protocol observed. I'm going to talk about solar water project. This project has helped us during dry seasons. We mostly use this project as the environmental club during wet seasons. This project has helped us during irrigating our trees and vegetables during dry seasons. It has even helped us in our urban flushing toilets to control the bad smell, to control the pollution of air. We have even planted trees during dry seasons using solar projects. As you see, the solar is the other side as where the tank is. We use that water to water for our plants. Those plants help us in rain formation through the process called evaporation. These trees even helps us in reducing on carbon gases. Some of these carbon gases spoil the ozone layer of the earth, which protects the earth from dangerous gases. So, as I invite my colleague, I end here saying that we should all plant trees and give them a supportive conditions.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm by the names of Piquet Gloria, a pupil from Chico Prisons Primary School. And we talk about soil decomposition. As you saw here, there is the first stage and the second stage, the first, second, and third. In our school, we had waste materials all over the compound. So we decided to collect them instead of throwing them. We collected them for the non-decomposers. We collected them in dust bins. The decomposers, we put them in the pit and we put in cow dung. Then in the second stage, we turned it. And the reason for turning it is because there are some gases which may burn our plants, which do not contribute to climate change. Then in the third stage, our soil is ready. And the soil, we use them how? There are some trees we have planted. We are using them to plant trees, which help in climate change. And the trees, here are the uses of the trees. They help in the formation of rainfall. Trees slow down the flow of rainwater. Like if it rains and the rain is on a speed, the leaves lower the speed. So it enables the soil to retain water. Then also, trees are the lungs of the earth because they give us oxygen and keep the environment healthy. And then for the non-decomposers, like polythenes, we use them to make play materials instead of leaving them in the soil, because when we leave them in the soil, it does not allow water to go in the soil, in our plants. If they stay there, our plants will be dry. And if we remove them, it rains, then when the sun hits, the vapor goes up and it rains, which contribute to climate change. For the peppers, we soaked them in water. As you see there on the wall, Chico Prisons Primary School, we use them to form words. Now our school can be clean. So in my conclusion, I say, I encourage you to plant trees. Thank you. We soaked them in water. And after soaking them, they became soft. and we use them to form those words you see. There. On the wall.
As chalk. They crushed them.
If there is a place here, we can do it for you and you see it.
You're done? Maybe we can ask one or two questions. I can see you have so many projects in one. Not so? You have a solar pump for irrigation, and you do water harvesting, runoff harvesting, water harvesting. Is it a single project, like connected to each other, or they are separate? Like they are together, like one supporting the other?
What is the name of the project?
Tree planting.
Maybe, yes, I also have a question for you concerning the other water harvesting, that project on water harvesting. So how are you planning to extract that water out? Yes, after harvesting.
After harvesting, we always, since we plants are supposed to be watered twice a day. So once it rains in the morning, in the evening before we go back home, we are supposed to water for our trees and plants. So that's the way how we always use that water collected in that.
How do you get the water from that?
How do we,
Yes.
how do you collect?
Yeah. Do you use a bucket? Do you have a pump?
No. Once it rains, heavy rainfall comes from those gullies which you're seeing here and flows up to that pit, up to that water harvester. Or we sometimes use ebiseera ebimu tukozesa buckets kubanga garden eryawo waggulu n'eri ey'ennyaanya gye babadde ba explainingirako ku compost manure. We sometimes uses ebiseera ebimu tukozesa bucket oba ne tukozesa jerry cans or watering cans.
Thank you. Lastly, from me, what's the use of the bottles? Lwaki tulinawo obucupa ate tukuteeka ekyengulu ne tukuteeka awo? Lwaki mu project eno buyamba ki?
These bottles, they fall under plastic waste. So instead of us leaving them, we are using them for repairing our fence, our bottle fence. We are also using it, I think you're seeing there, we are also using it to fence our water harvester. So it is still used.
Why are you fencing just one side and not the other side? Isn't it risky to the other runners?
We are still continuing.
Wow.
So you're not yet done? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
naye twagala concepts zino zigende mu mitwe gy'abaana tufune ensi ennungi ey'enkya. For the adults that are here, what the children are trying to correct are your mistakes. Okay? So we don't want them to be like us. We want to have a new generation that appreciates climate change and can design strategies at household and community level to mitigate the effects of climate change. Now, the next school is the Bunamoya CS.
Yes, Bunamoya CS.
Let's catch time. Bunamoya CS. when they ask you questions, be confident like the previous presenters. Appreciate these questions there.
Hi everyone, my name is Makindye Jamila. I'm in primary 6. We are from St. Namaya Catholic School.
Teacher Dero Shanta. I'm in primary 4 class. We are glad to be here to present this project. Our project is sustainable waste management through making manure from waste materials.
This explains how we can make manure from waste. This is an environmental and friendly and sustainable method of managing waste,
which will help schools, villages and community to turn waste materials into manure. Thank you.
It is possible to make in our schools, homes, community and also in our country, Uganda. And this will help us to grow our crops, which will last in a long time. But we had a problem back then of the artificial one, the MPK, and the MPK damaged our food, bringing aflatoxin to our food. But ladies and gentlemen, join me and we use our manure, which is natural, and it can help in our growth. It can help in the growth of our plants and control the wastes.
Thank you.
Now, the aim of this project is making manure from biodegradable waste.
The impact of this project is to help people at the village level, district level, and at the country level. We have taught for 200 pupils of St. Teresa, and we believe that they will go back to their families, and these families are around 200 families, and they move from 100 districts. And we believe that they will practice this project to improve on the cell fertility. And at the end of this project, we believe that we will touch the lives of people.
The procedure we followed to come up with our compost looking like this. First, we as the environmental club members, we moved around the compound and we picked biodegradable wastes. Biodegradable wastes are wastes that can decompose. After picking our biodegradable wastes, we looked around the school and we looked for a place that is well air circulated and shaded. Coming up with this place, we dug a pit that is 2 to 5 long, 1.5 meters its width and 4 feet its depth. After digging the pit, we got fresh grass and put it at the bottom of the pit. After there, we got some dry leaves and we put them on top of the other fresh ones. After we got food waste. After putting food remains, we got again a layer of dry leaves and add them on top. After we got some animal manure and we split it around our compost. After there, we sprinkled some little water. We got some banana leaves and put them at top, and then we got a cardboard and covered our compost pit. After 48 weeks, our compost to be have been turned into dark, crumbly and smell like soil.
Sustainable waste management is an effective strategy for combating climate change because it reduces greenhouse gas emissions, conserves resources, saves energy, prevents pollution, and supports a cleaner and healthier environment.
Manure that will help us provide cheap and affordable manure to farmers. The reason as to why we are here with an interpreter is to make sure that even the deaf people who are farmers can understand and benefit from our project. Thank you. In 2024 and 2025, our school had been using crystal fertilizers. These fertilizers include NPK and DAP. These fertilizers were very expensive and they lasted for a short time in the soil. These fertilizers were producing poor yields. They added aflatoxins in the food produced in our community. Now, we as St. Teresa of Namuaya Catholic Environmental Club sat down thinking, how can we promote food security in our community and in our school? And we decided to come up with a project of making manure from biodegradable materials. We chose this project because it is affordable and cheap. And it is environmental friendly because it does not pollute the environment. This project will help farmers in our communities. We will to improve on the quality of their soil. We will teach children in our school about compost making because some of our parents are farmers. This project will be a good source of income to our club and to people in our community, and it will promote food security. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nasima Hanifa. We have come here with an aim and I've come along with
Makindye Cyrus.
Now, the aim of this project is making manure from biodegradable wastes.
The impact of this project is to help people at the village level, district level, and at the country level. We have at least 200 pupils of St. Teresa, and these students come from 200 families. And these families, some of their parents are agricultural farmers, and we believe that they will practice this project to improve on their soil fertility and gain high yields from their crops.
We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining.
And at the end of this project, we believe that we will touch 1,000 lives of people.
Ladies and gentlemen, greetings. My name is Nasuri Hope. I am here to conclude. I must say that to combat climate change, we need a solution that is environmental friendly, affordable to everyone. And in this, our project, as you can see, we are not going to buy the wastes. They are affordable. Everyone can get them because they are not for buying. Instead of dumping them, we can use them and we get manure instead. To combat climate change, we can't combat it only alone, but we need numbers of people. In this, we have come up with a project that is affordable for everyone, that is achievable, and it is affordable to the rich and the poor. I conclude by saying, ladies and gentlemen, come on, join me and support our project to combat climate change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At least you managed to finish in time. You used your 15 minutes. Maybe you can ask a few questions. Okay, I'll start. Your project mainly concentrates on biodegradable waste, not so? How about the other waste?
Thank you for the question. We use the biodegradable wastes to make manure, since the other ones are non-degradable. are non-biodegradable. We instead put them in a dustbin. And we put some in the dustbin. Instead of dumping them, we recycle some and use others for irrigation. Others, we have put them around gardens to act as fences.
Okay, thank you. That aspect has not come out in your presentation. You only concentrated on biodegradable, yet as a school and the community, we generate a lot of waste. But your solution is valid and it's a good idea. Maybe we need to add something. How are we going to transition from the biodegradable manure and ensure that we mitigate the climate that we are having? Are we going to plant trees? Are we going for food security? What are we using the manure for? Because manure can be used for so many other things. For instance, if you use it to plant vegetables, that is for food security. You plant and then you eat, and it will end there. But if you plant, if you use the manure to plant trees, the trees will sequester carbon, and then you shall store the carbon in the trees for a longer period of time. I don't know the end point of your project. That's my question.
Now, in conclusion,
thank you, Judge, for that nice question. We will put this manure in our gardens. We will grow food for home use and our surplus is sold. We will plant trees. Remember, trees help in rainfall formation. This will help in climate change.
Thank you very much. We can have the third presenter. We can clap for them.
Masajja Umeya. Abasomesa babana bano mwenna mwaze. Did you all come? Because these concepts, we just don't want them to be here only, but they must be replicated in the children's homes and the families. Yeah? When you move around all our schools, you will see the fences made out of plastic bottles. But again, continue to see the thrown out bottles in the children's homes. Maybe next time the education will move from here, then to get into the communities where these children are coming from. This is Umeya, Masajja Umeya. Okay, first let's your video.
Primary school came up with the idea of the used oil stove. They all had no use. It was not in the environment. Many schools and the household in our community still depend on charcoal and firewood, leading to the following: deforestation, leading to the desertification and soil carbon. Soil and air pollution. The air is polluted from open burnings and smoke inhaled by people and animals, which is dangerous to our health. It can cause lung diseases, for example, lung cancer. Increase the greenhouse gases emission, worsening of global warming. Wastage of time, especially for women and the girls who cook at home usually take long to make fire.
This is the illustration. You put the 50 roots out there. You turn on the switch.
help my colleagues. You soak it and start turning it. Then you switch in the phone.
By names of Namale Madina from Masaja Umea Primary School. Masaja Umea Primary School came up with the idea of the used oil stove. The oil had no use. It was dumped on the environment. Many schools and households in our community still depend on charcoal and firewood, leading to the following: deforestation. Deforestation is the cutting down of trees, leading to desertification and loss of soil cover. Soil and air pollution. The oil is poured on soil, leading to low productivity, hence producing poor yields, and also leading to death of living organisms which live in the soil, for example, bacteria. Air pollution. Air is polluted from open burnings and smoke inhaled by people, which is dangerous to our health. It causes lung diseases, for example, lung cancer. Increased greenhouse gases, emission, and worsening of global warming. Time wastage, especially for girls and women who cook at home. Usually it takes a long time to make fire. Let my colleague Becca take over.
Good afternoon, friends. I'm by names of Sempala Becca. I am in primary 6. Masaja Umea Primary School came up with the idea of the used oil stove. The used oil stove needs the following requirements. The used oil stove needs a matchbox, used oil from vehicles, a wire for turning and soaking the toilet paper tissue. Let my colleague add.
As you have seen our project, it has various uses or advantages. Some of them include reduces air pollution, hence the fire is not burnt openly, prevents soil and water pollution. There is no need to pollute the soil. Reduces demand for firewood or wood fuel. Reduces desertification and deforestation. We conclude by saying this project helps to control the climate change. It protects the air, soil, and water on the environment. I advise the fellow schools, communities to support our project. With your support in finance of materials, we shall contribute and make a lot. It will also contribute to supply them to other schools. Thus, thank you for listening to us.
Kuba tulina ebika bya oil bingi, tulina cooking oil, tulina ne petroleum oil. Kakati bwe bamwokya avaamu omukka.
No, it does not produce smoke. Let me identify it in Uganda.
It's okay.
Ng'omutadde mu oil tank kano koolaba wano osumulula eri kati w'osumulula
akkirira nagenda mu bowe. No soakingako toilet paper halfway, no delighting. Kati womala delighting, otekako switch, it's somewhere like here, and there is fans here. Kati otekako switch, that means empewe jabeera nga ngegenda mu speed. Ebeera nga tekkiriza muliro kubeera nga mukka kubanga guvaamu.
Mwala nkwagadde olabika ekintu okirimu naye twetaaga liita mmeka eza oyiro okugiisa emmere eriisa abantu 10.
Liita tewera. Oyinza okwetaaga nga mini oba half a liita. N'oba otaddemu half ya liita teggwamu kubanga agenda slowly. Ate era nga tali expensive kuba you can get a 20 litre at only 25,000 shillings.
Mukikozesaako ku ssomero oba ewammwe?
Yes, of course.
Ku ssomero?
At school.
Cooking what? To cook what?
For example, cooking porridge.
Abaana bameka? For how many people?
Like, we have a lot. We have many pupils at our school.
Not I wanted the number.
The number, like for 90.
Because I see it is a good idea. Kubamba simanyi bamuno mulimu kato mulongo. Why don't you take care of it? It is a good one. Remember they are using used oil. Kati sesimanyi okukitambuza kati singa tubeera mugombolola nga tewali balina motoka kati nga mbakate.
You can buy the oil
from where nga tewali
from the garage.
At some areas do not have those things.
They don't have. You can go to the shelves.
They are called petrol stations. Togamba shelves.
Petrol stations.
Because it is a good one to me, simanyi Mr. Chimuli. Njagala twongere finding out more on that. Because it uses used oil, we must find out abera oil yenkanaki. Is it sustainable? Because its sustainability yinza okubeeramu obuzibu. Yes, Mulongo.
Actually, omusomesa w'abaana banaliwa. Because these are innovations that you teach children, and omwana n'engeri gy'ayogera mayogera bulungi. Give them the information. Okay? Muteekwa okuba mulina gye mwakiraba ne mukiresearchingako ne mukireeta.
Omusomesa ajja ayongera okubuulira.
Naye nga kyemmanyi ssebo tisi. Gundi eno bagipromotinga nnyo olaba erina ebintu bibiri. Nti oil oyo by the way very very dangerous. Singa bamulekaawo nga tebakola ki? Nga takozeseddwa. Kibabanga maama tubuulire teacher.
Naddala ekyenkana ki ekifumba.
Nsanyuse nnyo baana bange. Twazze ne idea eno n'abaana wamu twagenza ogirabanga.
Tukuwulira.
Kakati using the oil from vehicles atwala kitono nnyo bwe kuba kufumba amazzi ga kunywa mu sefuriya engaziko ekikomyewo engaziko kitwala eddakiika ng'obiseeko 10. Bw'oba tobiseeko esobola okutwala 17 minutes naye ng'ekola ebintu erina obuntu bubiri nga bw'obulaba waliwo akagenda kenva.
Tubuulire nnyo ku mmere n'obuugi kitwala budde ki? Mwali mukikosezaako ku mmere?
No, tukikola byonna mukama wange. Kakati kiina gundi bbiri, waliwo ekya singo n'ekya ddabo nga kye tulina. Waliwo sayidi efumba emmere ku speed ne wabaawo sayidi
ekwanyole ku mmere.
Ku mmere emmere yonna ate naddala erwawo bijanjaalo byonna
tunyonyole budde ki era twetaaga liters mmeka eza oil n'obudde bwe
liters ekintu kino tekitwala nyingi, liita 2 gy'ofunye esobola okukola omwezi mulamba ng'obaninga bw'ofumba byonna ekikola n'okususaawoko.
Kintu ekyo obukundi mukiwandiike, ekyo nze kisoose kiwulira wa simanyi sebo wa KCCA.
Bannange nze project eno ngimanyiko nga omu. Bw'ogenda ku New Tax Park ngadde wa Kisekka ku magaraji agali awo ku mwala hamu yazimbye, waliwo omwami alina innovation yeeyo, era nagirabako like 3 years back. Naye it's a good one because it uses a waste product and then it adds value to that waste product. But the challenge is one. In these competitions where we are on environment. Oil is a byproduct. Okay, because it's also called oil. Crude oil, when they are making fuel, oil is part of the oil, the crude oil, between amafuta. Bagajjako okusinziira ku mitendera, niye naba oil y'omu. Yensonga lwaki bw'oba omwaga era okyaddayo ku ssundiro ly'amafuta gy'omujja. Kati ennaku zino mu by'environment eby'obutonde bwe tubaaninga products ezo tuba ne fumes zetufukola ki zetuproducinga. Yensonga lwaki omwana mubuuzizza nti bw'oyokya oil ono aleeta omukka n'anziramu nti ye naye bakozesa faani eri munda okufuwa omukka ogwo kola ki okufuluma. Gwe togulaba waneno naye guba gukoze eki guba gufulumye. Kiringa ng'emmotoka bw'eba etambula gwe tolaba mukka naye amafuta gewebuuze galagawa olw'okuba yingini ebannamu egayokya nefulumye otukka nga tokola ki nga totulaba naye nga tufuluma. Kati it is a good innovation naye challenge mu environment. It offers little solution as per now because oil akyali mu ttuluba ery'amafuta getukola ki getwagala ovaako. Yensonga lwaki kyennaku zino olaba nga tuva ku mafuta ne tugenda kukozesa amasannyalaze n'emmotoka zikati eziriwo zaaki z'amasannyalaze. Ndowooza kitegeerekese.
Naye nga innovation eno abaana bagirowooza to me bagirowoozako kulaba nti bataasa emiti egikola ki egitemwa okugyamu amanda n'okugifumbisa.
Exactly. It's a solution.
Is our charcoal dust plus our sawdust. As you can see here, we are going to need also our binder here. You can use clay soil, but also even you can use this one is going to act as our binder, cassava flour. First we are going to use porridge so that we can make our briquettes to get solidified, as you can see one here, so that we can reduce on cutting down of trees. We have to keep our environment safe, even to reduce on the smoke that goes to us to the atmosphere, so that we can make our world a better place. You can add this sawdust, as you can see, to our charcoal dust, which is reasonable, as you can see here. Then we get our binder, which is the porridge. You also include as the same measurement. Then you start mixing slowly so that we can make our mixture so sticky, somehow sticky. As mixture sticky, then we can start molding slowly and we get a briquette good as this one. This is Creamland Junior School and our motto is to keep the world safe. Success builds success. We are found at Makindye Ssabagabo.
Teachers and my fellow participants. We are here on behalf of our school, Creamland Junior School, and we are some members of Creamland Environmental Club, and our project today is making briquettes for cooking as a climate adaptation and mitigation measure. And here we are aiming at, our focus is on making briquettes from waste such as charcoal dust, sawdust as an alternative source of cooking fuel. And our aim is, we are aiming at addressing climate change, environmental degradation, and deforestation. So let me welcome my colleague, Brace, to take us through the next step.
Thank you. I'm here to take you out of other steps. When we have, this charcoal dust is harmful to even us human beings. It can cause us some lung problems when you breathe it, even the sawdust. And when you get this waste of the charcoal dust and you pour it on the can easily blow and you cause water pollution. Even the sawdust, it can cause water pollution, which can lead to death of aquatic animals. So when we get our charcoal dust and the sawdust and we mix with our cassava porridge as the binder. Now I know most people are asking themselves, why didn't we use clay? We are fighting to stop land degradation, and then when we use clay, we are promoting again land degradation. So when we use porridge, we are stopping land degradation. And when we make these briquettes, we reduce on the smoke that goes to the atmosphere. Briquettes, I'm aware that they can produce smoke, but not that too much smoke as wood fuel can produce. So let me call my colleague Nampija to take you out of the materials used.
When we are working out this thing, charcoal briquettes, we use sawdust, charcoal dust, and the cassava porridge. That cassava porridge, we use it when we are mixing. This thing here is what we call cassava.
Also our binder here, you can use clay soil, but also even you can use.
This is the cassava porridge. We can use it when we are mixing. We mix the sawdust and the charcoal dust to make those briquettes. We also use sawdust, charcoal dust, cassava porridge, a sieve. That sieve is used for making clear dust, for making those things. And after then, we can also use water for making this porridge of cassava. After, we can also use, this is the after sieving, all we can pour it here to prevent, we don't pour it in the water to prevent water pollution. So we use sawdust, charcoal dust, a sieve, water, and a basin. That's all.
My name is Ayatila John Prosper. I'm from Creamland Junior School. I'm here to talk about the advantages of briquettes. Briquettes promote proper management, proper waste management. For example, if you can buy charcoal, the charcoal which you use, the remaining sawdust, you can use it instead of pouring it in water sources. You can use it to make briquettes which can prevent deforestation. Another point, briquettes reduce the greenhouse gas. Briquettes reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. For example, if you use briquettes they release less smoke to the atmosphere.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Malang Biaratem, and I'm here to talk step taken when we are making briquettes. When we are making briquettes, we collect our charcoal dust, sawdust. After collecting the charcoal dust and sawdust, I beg your pardon. We collect our charcoal dust, sawdust. After collecting the charcoal dust and sawdust, we sieve the mixtures to get fine particles. After getting the fine particles, as you can see there, we are sieving the sawdust, and then the other side, charcoal dust. After sieving, we get the benzene, we put in the benzene, and then after we mix the mixture, as you can see there, as my colleague is doing. After mixing the mixture, we also get cassava porridge, which will act as our binder. After mixing, we mold them to make briquettes. That's all. At Creamland Environmental Club, our proposal is, if we can get help to get a better and improved machine, we can transform using firewood to using briquettes. That's all I have.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our project prevents Our project prevents over-depending on natural forests. When we over-depend on natural forests, we will cut down trees, and we are here to prevent the cutting down of trees. When we cut down trees, some people use the timber for making desks, and that sawdust that remains, instead of you dumping it and it pollutes the soil, we use it to make our briquettes. And also, when you buy charcoal, the charcoal dust that stays down, instead of you dumping it to pollute the soil, we use it to make our briquettes. That's all I have for you. Thank you.
I end up by concluding, schools are encouraged to use briquettes for cooking. As you can see, briquettes, they release less smoke to the atmosphere, which would have caused greenhouse gas emission. In our school, we would also advise people to use briquettes instead of using firewood. Briquettes, they produce less smoke, which goes to the atmosphere, which would have caused greenhouse emission. The briquettes, they promote waste management, because the charcoal that which would have been dumped, we use it for making briquettes. And also, briquettes prevent air pollution. So that's my conclusion. I wish all schools to use briquettes for cooking.
Thank you for the presentation. So I have a question for you. During the presentation, you have told us that this project, it's aimed at reducing pressure on natural forest and stopping deforestation. But then in your raw material, your main raw material is sawdust, which is also coming from a waste from trees which are being cut. So how can you explain that?
So here, when we are using the charcoal dust, like you cut down trees, and with those trees you have cut down, you use them to make charcoal. And in the process of making charcoal, after finishing, you will use the charcoal you have obtained, and the remaining, you will use it to make briquettes instead of going to cut other trees down to make charcoal.
Yes, because now when making the briquettes, you have already cut trees to get that sawdust.
Yes.
So why did you think of any other organic waste other than sawdust?
About the sawdust, we cannot prevent ourselves from cutting down trees because we need to build houses using timber. So in that process of cutting down trees, the sawdust that we come out, we use it to, instead of dumping it, we will use it to make our briquettes.
Interesting. Thank you, Creamland. I think even the audience is debating. Okay, Team Creamland, you said charcoal dust is one of the raw materials, right? And I think it's a residue from charcoal. What remains after you've used charcoal, not so? It can also be made after crushing the charcoal. But you know, charcoal is as a result of cutting down trees and burning them. That means we are supposed to continue cutting trees to get sawdust, and also continue cutting trees to get charcoal, which is unsustainable. Are there any other solutions or other alternatives in terms of raw materials that your project can use?
Yes.
What are those raw materials?
Cow dung.
Okay, you can explain to us how you can use cow dung. Maybe that's a better alternative.
Cow dung can act as our binder.
Okay, kanjogere mu Luganda. Twagala kukyusaamu to making sure nti innovation yammwe ennungi naye tetaasa nnyo mu butonde bwaffe olw'ensonga bye mukozesa bigenda mu maaso nga byenkarejinga abantu ottema emiti. Singa kibadde kisoboka tusobola okufunayo ku bintu ebirala bye tusobola okukozesa briquettes nga tetukozesezza olusennyente oba obukuta bw'omuti ogusalibwa, so that emiti tegisalibwa naye nga tusiga tufuna briquettes, nga tufuna innovation eyo gye mukoze.
Kati nga tetusobola kwewala kusala miti nga munange wagambye nti tulina okukolamu embaawo ez'okukolamu kiraasi n'ozimba, era bw'osala omuti gumu n'okolamu amanda n'okwata olusennyente ate n'olukolamu obuboolo n'obukozesa ng'omazeewo amanda n'otaddeyo okusala muti mulala, oba osevinze kukola okutema emiti.
Eyanziza nnyo. I think kitegerekese. Your stand is, as a team, we cannot stop cutting down trees, but we can make more use out of the trees that we cut. Not so?
Yes.
Thank you.
Osala gumu n'osimba emirala etaano. Yoza endala senti zakulya zakwekuusa.
Omukozi
Hi everyone, I am Murunji Esther from St. Javira. We have decided to make briquettes from some papers because us as a school, our biggest waste has been papers. And using these papers has helped us to save the environment, because when we are burning the papers, they are polluting the environment in some way. And besides, making these briquettes has helped us save the money we have been spending on firewood. And now we are making briquettes using them for cooking. First of all, the materials we need to make these briquettes are charcoal fine dust, peppers, and cassava porridge. So you tear your peppers as we see here. You tear the peppers, soak them into water, then get the charcoal fine dust, put it into the cassava porridge. You mix it up with the peppers. Then after you mix it, the next step is molding. We get our machine here. You put your materials, yes, the dough, then you press it like this. After pressing, any times you want. So you remove the briquettes in shape now, like this. So as you see them here, they are now in shape. You remove them from this when they're like this. So next you dry them for till dry. You dry the briquettes for any days they will become dry. After they're dry, you use them as charcoal. They burn slowly and produce good heat. It has helped. The firewood is also a product of deforestation, because now we control the deforestation through using these briquettes, which don't involve anything like wood to carry out deforestation. So we have even saved some money that we have been using on wood, and now we are using our briquettes. Thanks.
And fellow students, invited guests in your respective capacities. So I'm going to introduce our project called briquette making. We started briquette making facing a challenge of our briquettes. Sorry, I beg your pardon. We were facing a challenge of paper scraps in our compound. So as the environment club, and you can see them here, we look for a solution to collect those paper scraps into a useful production. So those paper scraps were turned out. We got a project called briquette making. Then those briquettes, we turned them into a useful thing. Those paper scraps, we turned them into a useful thing. It did not start like we started like a joke, because we started picking those paper scraps into one place. Then our head teacher helped us to collect some money. We also were told to sensitize our parents. Each learner was advised to bring 1,000 shillings. Then each learner bought the money. We bought the machine to make those briquettes over there. Let me invite Eric to take us through the process of making briquettes.
My name is Kawesa and Eric from St. Javier Primary School. Thank you, Abigail. As Abigail has said that our school, St. Javier Primary School, we make briquettes. This is how we make them. The first requirement is paper scraps. In our school, we had a challenge of paper scraps around the school. So our head teacher brought a suggestion to pick all papers and collect them in one place. The second requirement is charcoal dust. We need charcoal dust. Water. We also need water. Porridge made out of cassava flour. And then the machine. Steps taken to make these briquettes are: step 1 is tear papers into small pieces and soak them for 1 day. You have to tear those papers, as you see in the video, and soak them for 1 day so they can be softened for easy making of briquettes. Mix charcoal dust, porridge made out of cassava flour, and our softened papers. After getting our requirements that I have told you, you have to mix them to get a mixture called duff. After getting that duff, you have to put it into the machine. And after putting it into the machine, you open and get our briquettes. These are the one of the briquettes we make at our school. These are the one we make at our school. You can catch and see for yourself. Fill them and see the warmth. Those are our briquettes which we make at our school, St. Javier Primary School. They are used to use and their requirements are more than ever fought. Take you to tell you the effects or the reasons why we made this project in our school, St. Javier Primary School.
Thanks from my colleague Kawesa. I'm here to tell you some of the effects of briquette making to the environment and to the school. 1. To the environment. It reduces deforestation. When we use briquettes for cooking, less trees are cut for firewood and charcoal. 2. It promotes recycling. When we collect waste in the environment, we would have reduced the waste in the environment. 3. It cuts down green gas emission. There is less smoke produced when using briquettes for cooking than compared to charcoal and firewood. 4. It reduces production of methane and carbon dioxide gases. When we leave peppers to rot in the soil, they produce methane gas. Methane gas, which is dangerous to the environment. The other effects of the briquettes to the school. We use them for cooking instead of charcoal and firewood. 2. They are healthier to our lives since they produce less smoke. 3. They don't make someone using them dirty. Since they look, even if they look like charcoal, but they can't make someone using them dirty. Let me welcome my friend to come and conclude.
I am concluding. I advise everyone to try this project because this project, it is not like you need money to use these things. You are using papers. You can find papers everywhere. You cannot even fail to get a paper in this school compound, in the environment. So you can collect these papers and try this project because it is not harmful to the environment. Thank you very much for listening to me. I remain Abigail.
I don't know how different the briquettes are. Ziwangala kusigiri oba zaganga bipapula.
Ziwangala musigiri.
Briquettes that wogera ko nti woziteekako ekipapula kyo kyaka mu seconds balenga kiweddeko. Naye as a main raw material, is it cost effective nti tewetaaga ensawo okufumba ebijanjaalo oba buwangalako kyokka kyekibuuzo kyange.
Yesebo webala okubuuza ekyo ekibuuzo. If obwo obuntu obukozesa tebufuumuka nga bipapula era waliwo enjawulo y'ekipapula ne ka briquette era wadde tukozesa ebipapula naye tebifuumuka nga bipapula. Yesebo.
Mwagambye nti ku materials mukozesa mugattamu ku charcoal dust si kyo?
Yesebo.
Ye kale yenzirugavu gye tulaba.
Yeah.
Mulowooza ki nti amanda ate gava miti wadde n'empapula ziva miti naye amanda locally mu bitukozesa mulinayo solution endala gye musobola option gye musobola okukyusaamu tukozesa okuleka amanda kubanga gavumenti eyagala amanda gaveewo nga abantu bakyakozesa amanda kitegeeza projekiti yammwe egenda tuuka ekiseera nga tekyalina raw material.
Yesebo tulinayo ekirala kye tusobola okukozesa ng'oggyeko olusennyente. Tusobola okukozesa ettaka ly'ekiswa oba ne tukozesa ebikuta bya lumonde n'ebikuta ne tubikaza ne tumala ne tubyokya. Tebivaamu muka gwonna kubanga oba obikazizza ate biproducinga what we call charcoal dust. And okusinga okukozesa charcoal dust sobola n'okukozesa n'ebikuta netubikozesanga mu kifo kyabadde charcoal dust netubikozesanga charcoal dust.
There are so many solutions. Thank you for that. Maybe your question.
Tuyanza ne presentation yammwe. Ekizuulo kyange kiri nti jaji waffe ono webadde atusomera byetugoberera nga tusala empaka zino. Mwabaddemu ekya sustainability. So oba obuwangazi bwa projekiti nebeerawo. So kati kapasita yammwe ey'empapula zemukuŋŋaanya ku ssomero zisobola okuholdinga projekiti eyo tugeze nga mukola bwa ssente. Mwina kapasita ekuŋŋaanya empapula ezimala ofuula projekiti yammwe sustainable.
Okwongerezaako tufunye n'okutya nti muyinza okubanga ebitabo notes ze mwakozeemu gundi notes revision notes nga revision notes ze twakozeemu amanda kati munalivisinga ki temuleetera abantu mu kifo ky'okulivisinga nga baleeta notes awo kola maama.
Neyanza nnyo ssebo olw'ekyo ekibuuzo tetuli mukwonoona bitabo wabula tukozesa empapula zinene eziteetaagisibwa. For example, kati ndi mu P7 right now nina ebitabo bya baby. Ebyo ebitabo bya baby sigenda bisoma tibigenda kuntwala mu senior 1. Kati ebyo ebitabo byenkozesa
edda nnyabo oyinza okubeera ng'oli mu P7 nga bw'ogambye ng'olinayo ebitabo bya P1 P2 naye ng'olinayo sisitawo babulaaza wa P1 wa P2 ng'asobola obyeyambisa nga si ggwe.
Anti kati baatugamba that curriculum yakyuka, that's why tebisobola kudda mabi.
Nedda nnyabo curriculum ya primary tennakyuka, eya secondary yakyuka, eya primary tennakyuka.
N'ekirala wadde tetukozesezza mpapula eziva mu bitabo ze mugamba sobola n'okukozesa ebibokisi naye bokisi eyo oba olina obbirinda mu ng'ennaku nga 2 okubeera soft bibeere softened. Kati oba lwaki wise paper scraps kubanga they are easy to use ate nga bisoftinga mangu. That's what we said by meaning paper scraps.
Tweyanzizza nnyo presentation yaabwe tubakubire ku bugalo.
My name is Makindye Alexander, and I'm from Municipal Primary School, and I'm in Primary 6. Our school has organized a project which is solar pump water system. This system supplies water to our school, to the school greenhouse, and even around the whole school in the tanks and even in the taps. We did this project because before this project we didn't have enough water that we used in our greenhouse in the whole school. We didn't have drinking water. We didn't have the water to use in the toilets, in the classes, to wash our hands. But right now the school has provided us with this project that has helped us in a lot, like our greenhouse has helped us in water for drinking and many other school activities. And this project has helped my school to reduce on the bills of water, and it's all due to utilization of the solar energy.
Good afternoon, our judges, my fellow students, and our respected ladies and gentlemen. By the names, I'm called Makindye Alexander from Municipal Primary School, and I'm in Primary 6. By the way, I came with my fellow schoolmates. This one is in Primary 6, even this one, but that one is in Primary 5. First, I thank the organization that has given me and my school this opportunity to stand in front of you and briefly explain about our school project, which is talking about the solar pump water system. The solar pump water system is a water system that has been organized by my school to supply water all around the school, in the tanks, in the taps, and many other school activities. This system has helped my school in many things. First, let me say long before we had this water system, our school used to face many challenges that weren't making school life easy. These challenges include shortage of water, poor personal hygiene, and poor sanitation. So, my school, after seeing all those challenges and problems that we were facing, they decided to come up with this project, which is called the solar water pump system. As how you can see, this project has had many and huge impacts on our school. We have used the water from this system to supply in our greenhouse, in the tanks, and the tanks takes water to the taps, which we use when washing hands, drinking, and many more school activities. As all of you can see, our greenhouse looks very active, and even the crops that are in the greenhouse also look active and flourish. All thanks to the water that we got from the solar pump water system. Again, let me say that I still thank the organization that has provided us with. I still thank the organization that has given us this opportunity to stand here, and I think the schools that have come to try their best here. But as for me, Makindye Alexander from Municipal, I always think that our project is the best so far, because our project, let me just say, like, our project is the best so far. Because I thank all the schools that have come here to try their best, but as for me, JMXC Alexander, I think Lubugumu Umeya Primary School deserves the win. Thank you.
Done? Okay, thank you, Lubugumu Mayor. We were discussing here about this exact project. It looks to be a massive project. Project Irabika Nini. You don't understand Uganda? No. Okay, sorry.
I understand English and Swahili. Yeah, my local language is Swahili, by the way, because I'm from DRC.
Okay. We are going to ask you a few questions.
Right.
What's that you're holding and what's the importance? You've not talked about it. That's why I was surprised that you had finished.
Right. Thank you for the question. Before I forget, our project consists of two things. Okay, the solar pump water system and collecting waste objects to make our school more creativity and to correct our school. But seeing all of this, these are the things that our school decided to send the students to go around the environment collecting bottles and to make these things. And they look so creativity and we can use them in all ways for decoration. And these things prevent all wastage from the environment because we have collected a lot of them. They are even at our school bottles. We have used those bottles to make fences near our gardens because after all we have many gardens at our school. We have used those things to make fences like near around our gardens and many more things that are more creativity and interesting.
Okay, thank you. Maybe you can enlighten us more about the solar. Is it the solar pump?
Solar pump water system.
Yes. The materials, the setup, how does it work? The source of water, where is its functionality?
All right, thank you for that. All right. This project began as a small idea from the children of Lulumumea Primary School. After all those challenges that we were facing, the children came up with an idea of collecting water or using the solar energy, because that's what I'm actually talking about, using the solar energy to generate water from the ground and to take that water into the tanks. And the tanks have pipes that supplies the water to the greenhouse, as how you can see, to the tank and more other places around our school. Alright. This project has far away been made possible by the help of the solar energy. Our school decided to use this because solar energy is available, that we can have it anytime. We don't need to spend money and the other kind of things on it. So my school decided to buy panels and other kind of things so that we can come up with this idea of generating water from the ground. Although my school invited someone in this thing, but far away, this is the best thing that we have done as the children of Lulumumea Primary School. This project is from the ideas of the children. Although we needed some guidance from our teachers, but this project came from the mind of the children after seeing all the challenges that they were facing. Thank you.
Okay. To collect water from an underground well, and that water is pumped into the greenhouse and other wash facilities.
Yes.
In brief, that's it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
As how I said,
I'm asking the ladies.
Yeah, give them the mic.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a basket. It is used for putting fruits like apples and oranges.
And they don't fall?
No.
They can't fall, eh?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, kirala kyenjagala okumanya niniwa greenhouse mumbulire biki ebiri mu biki ebyo mwali munogaawo.
For this, we have cucumber.
Sir, I'm asking the ladies now. Your time for you is over.
All right, let me, excuse me, sir.
I'm saying I want the ladies. Not you. That is very clear. Ndagala kumanya what you are putting in the greenhouse.
This is cucumber, and it is put in red, black bags. This is our greenhouse, and our school faces many challenges.
You can speak in Uganda.
Essomero lyaffe lirina ebizibu bingi. Katino ng'abaana babirinyirira ne tusalawo kubanga tulina abaana bangi. Katino ne tusalawo tubiteeke mu greenhouse ate tuteekemu irrigation.
Ebintu ebyo mubitunda oba mubirya? Mubitunda oba mubirya?
Tubirya.
Ku ssomero? Mubirya mutya? Mubirira muki? Mu bijanjaalo?
Nedda tebatera nnyo birira mu bijanjaalo.
Mubirya mutya?
Kale wano bakuwa kawunga, wano ebijanjaalo ne bakuwa ne cucumber. It is like a balanced diet.
Got it.
But I was trying to tell you that for me right here, I'm Makindye Alexander. I'm one member of the environmental club in our school. So this was part of my project, and as for the girls, this was their project. So I think all the questions that you can ask about this project is on me and not on girls.
Okay. Because you're a team, you're a club.
Yeah.
And you have you're representing the club, but the onus is on everyone to ensure that they understand whatever the environmental club is doing. Therefore, they have to represent. For instance, if you're not around or if you leave the school, what will happen? Will the environmental club collapse? Anyway, for me, we are here in the mitigation and adaptation competitions, right?
Yes.
And you've come up with your project.
Thank you for the question. Okay, as how all of you can see, in our greenhouse we have many different crops. All right. And all of us here, I guess we know the main advantage or the main importance of the greenhouse is to release the gases that can help in the ozone layer. Because if we don't have the ozone layer, if the sun rays are always too much on the earth, so this greenhouse its mainly purpose at our school is to produce the gases that will help in forming the ozone layer that protect us human beings from the too much sunshine and other things from the space, and that's it.
That's it. How do you manage the e-waste from that greenhouse?
Excuse me?
Like the bio-waste, sorry. The bio-waste that you get from that greenhouse. Is it waste that you just throw it out or you use it to enrich the soil?
All right. All the waste that we get here are used in making manure. And far that manure is the one that we again use in our greenhouse. So all the waste that we get from the greenhouse we convert them again and make them manure that we should use again in our greenhouse.
This is a recommendation. To improve your project and give it more perspective, you should add that component so that it beefs it up. Because it's a good, very good project. Though I don't know the cost, it looks to be a very costly project. See, I'm on 2 hours. So, but it's a good one. Thank you.
So, last one.
All right, thank you for that. After Lubugumu Mayor being the winner of this event today, the money that we are going to get, we are going to use the same money to buy more, let me say, more seeds that we can use in our greenhouse. And we are also going to extend our project by selling our ideas to other schools. And that money will be used in other school activities. And this project of ours will help other schools after us selling the idea of how everything was done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you all for your time.
My name is Namulina Sande, a P7 learner at St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School. Our project is called Biomass Charcoal Briquettes, a practical solution to climate change and environmental degradation. Through this project, we learn how to change waste materials into clean and useful cooking energy, instead of relying on firewood and cutting down trees. By doing this, we are not only protecting the environment, but also helping to find cheaper and safer source of fuel.
The idea of starting this project came from the urgent of environmental and community challenges we observed around us. First, we wanted to help to conserve the environment by reducing the cutting down of trees from forests so that we can fight climate change and protect the nature for future generations.
Second, we saw the proper use of useful resources, turning what was once considered useless to a valuable renewable resource. Third, we aimed at reducing the amount of urban and municipal biomass waste, which is often dumped and left to pollute the environment. We also wanted to create job opportunities for youth and women through small-scale production, so that they can earn some income, help on their livelihoods, and help in poverty reduction.
Biomass is any natural material that comes from living things or was once living. These include crop residues like banana peelings, leaves, husks, wood waste, and other organic materials. It is a renewable source of energy, meaning it can be replaced naturally and does not get finished when properly managed. A briquette is a man-made charcoal in a solid block of fuel made by compressing biomass wastes into a compact and hard form. Carbonized briquettes are made from materials that have already been turned into charcoal, while uncarbonized briquettes are made from raw biomass materials. Briquettes are designed to burn efficiently and are used as an alternative to firewood because they produce less smoke, burn for a longer time, and help to reduce the cutting down of trees. Through briquettes, we are turning waste into useful energy that supports both households and schools while protecting the environment.
Waste can become something valuable when properly managed, from waste to wealth.
We begin by collecting different types of materials from the environment. We collect both biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials. Biodegradable materials are materials which decompose. They include maize cobs and husks, dry leaves, banana peels, and agricultural waste. Non-biodegradable materials are materials which do not decompose and can pollute the environment. During sorting, we remove items such as polythene bags, plastics, metal pieces because they are not suitable for briquette production. After sorting, we ensure only organic waste is used.
Some of the sorted biomass waste is then taken through the process called carbonization. Carbonization is done using a carbonizer, where biomass waste is burnt under controlled oxygen supply. This means that biomass waste does not burn completely to ash, but turn into char or charcoal powder. This char is very important because it improves our briquette by making it burn longer, produce less smoke, and more efficient for cooking. We also show you the sorted biomass, the collected waste materials, and the carbonizer used in the process. Through this stage, we have learned that proper waste management can turn environmental waste into clean and useful energy.
After carbonization, we use a hard-driven perforated machine to separate large char particles from fine char particles.
This is the mainly fuel material that comes from carbonization process. It is what gives our briquette energy for burning. We use clay. It helps all the materials to stick together and gives our briquette strength so that it does not break easily.
Molasses help to improve on lightening and burning. It helps a briquette to light easily and form a blue flame when burning. It helps a briquette to burn more efficiently. After carbonization, the char we get is usually in large or evenly pieces. These pieces cannot be used directly because they do not mix well and do not form strong briquette. That is why we use a crusher or milling machine. After crushing the char into fine particles, we bring it to our mixer machine. In our mixer machine, we combine three main materials: char, clear water, molasses. The mixture is ready for the next stage, which is molding. The briquette machine compresses the mixture under pressure and shapes it into a solid briquette of a uniform size and shape. This process is very important because it produces briquettes that are strong, compacted, and easy to handle, transport, and store. Briquette production in process. After the briquettes have been molded by the briquette machine, they are carefully taken to the solar dryer for drying. They are arranged neatly in the solar trays for drying. The solar dryer is covered with a transparent polythene sheet which allows heat and traps heat inside. This creates a warm environment protecting the briquettes. Thank you.
Another advantage of our briquette is that ash produced after cooking is not wasted. The ash is collected and added to our compost heaps for production of organic manure because it is rich in potassium, an important nutrient required by plants. This process means that every part of our production process is useful, from the waste materials we collect to the ash that is used after cooking.
As the final presenter, I will explain how briquette project contributes to climate change mitigation and sustainable development. Through this project, we have demonstrated that waste materials can be transformed into clean and useful energy instead of becoming a source of environmental pollution. By producing and using briquettes, we reduce the demand for firewood and ordinary charcoal, which helps to reduce deforestation and protect our forests. Our project also promotes proper waste management by utilizing agricultural waste, household organic wastes, and biomass waste that would otherwise be discarded. The briquettes we produce provide an affordable and sustainable energy for cooking in schools, homes, and communities. In addition, this project creates opportunities for skills development, employment, and income generation, especially for the youth and women. The use of energy-saving stoves together with briquettes further reduces the demand for firewood and ordinary charcoal. We have learned that every small action can make a big difference in protecting our environment. Today, we proudly stand before you as a young climate champions committed to building a greener and sustainable future. Together, we can protect our forests, reduce pollution, conserve natural resources, and combat climate change. From waste to wealth, this is the best of wealth. St. Peter's Biomass Charcoal Briquette. Thank you for listening and supporting our environmental activities.
Good afternoon, respected judges, teachers, fellow pupils, parents, community leaders, and other guests. My name is Namuli Juliet from St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School. Today, we are happy and proud to present our project, Biomass Charcoal Briquette and Ceramic Lined Energy Saving Stoves. Climate change is one of the biggest challenges facing our world today. It affects our environment, our health, our livelihoods, and our future. As young people, we believe that protecting the environment is not only for adults, it is also for all of us, children, leaders, and communities. At St. Peter's, we decided not to sit back and watch environmental problems increase. Instead, we chose to take action. We discovered that waste materials can be turned into clean cooking energy through the production of biomass charcoal briquette. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, respected judges. I will take you through the machines we use when producing our briquette. I will begin with the carbonizer. It is used to burn biomass waste into char. Then the sieve. It is used to separate large char particles from fine char particles. Then we go to our charcoal crusher. It is used to crush large char particles into fine char particles. These are the fine char particles. From here we go to the mixer. We mix three main materials used in our briquette production. That is clear water, then molasses with the, then we go to our excluder. It gives our briquette shape, but it's not well dried. Then we go to the solar dryer. It produces our briquette. It gives it shape. From there to the solar dryer. It dries our briquette for 1 week. That means those are 7 days. Here's it when it's dry. Thank you for listening.
My name is Makindye Ssabagabo from St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School. I will present the challenges that inspired our innovation. Climate change is accelerating due to human activities that continue to degrade our environment. In many communities, biomass waste are dumped and burnt openly, causing environmental pollution and releasing harmful gases into the atmosphere. At the same time, many trees are cut down every day to meet the growing demand for firewood and ordinary charcoal. As forests disappear, biodiversity declines, soil fertility is affected, and the impact for climate change becomes more severe. Many households also continue to experience the challenges of expensive and inefficient cooking fuel. Faced with all these problems, we ask ourselves a simple but important question. Can waste become part of the solution? Our answer was yes. We decided to turn biomass waste into clean and affordable cooking fuel that supports both households and schools. Biomass is turned into clean and cooking affordable fuel that is used in schools, communities, and at home. As a result, wastes are transformed into clean energy, pressure on forests is reduced, and households gain access to a cleaner, more affordable, and more sustainable cooking solution. To make this solution more efficient, We complemented it with ceramic line energy-saving stoves that produce less smoke and cook more efficiently. This innovation demonstrates that environmental challenges can be turned into opportunities for climate change and mitigation and sustainable development in our communities. Thank you.
My name is Nachitende Maria Mediana from St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School, Bunamwaya. Today, I am going to talk about how to turn waste into useful energy for cooking. We collect biomass waste from urban municipal households, from gardens and natural surroundings. After collecting all those biomass waste, we sort them into biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials. Some of the biodegradable materials are plastic bottles, polythene bags, and many others. Some of the biodegradable materials are crop residues, leaves, dry grass, and many others. After collecting our biomass waste, we take them through these processes, namely carbonization. We use a carbonizer. This is the burning of biomass waste under controlled oxygen. After, we use the sieve to separate big char particles from small char particles. After, we take to our crusher to crush big char particles into fine char particles. After, we take to our sieve. We use three main materials like liquid clay, molasses, and char. By the way, this is the formula. We use 8 basins of char, 10-liter jerry cans of liquid clay, and a quarter jar of molasses. Clay acts as a binder and a filler. Molasses help to form the blue flame or helps in burning. After, we go to the process called molding in our excluder. We put it in the excluder so that it's given shape and compressed. We can't use our briquette because it still contains moisture. We first take it to our solar dryer. After, it's ready for use. It can be used in schools, homes, and many others. Thank you for listening.
I think we should wind up because you've used the 20 minutes already. Conclude, last presenter, conclude, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Nachita Keira from St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School. As the final presenter, I will summarize climate change mitigation solution and environmental innovation at St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School. Our project began by identifying key challenges such as deforestation, waste pollution, and heavy dependency on ordinary charcoal and firewood. In response, we developed a convex change that our environment is Thank you.
Okay. Climate change. We must start today.
Thank you.
We brought trees to control reduction in rainfall. These trees help in very many things. They help to control soil erosion. They help in rain formation. They also help as windbreaks. Thank you.
You see? Okay. Is it part of this project or it's an independent project?
It's part.
Okay. Let my colleagues first.
Mwebale mumanyi Oluganda?
Yes.
Lwaki temulinamu balenzi mu kirabu yammwe? Wali awo mulenzi? Aliwa? Goli mulenzi? Yesabise n'abula. Okay, then ekirala materials ezo ze mukozesa for example, olaba ezo eziri mu baafu eyo. Ezo. Zino. Waliwo n'endala. Temulaba nga zikompitinga n'ebintu bye twaliyagadde okuteeka mu nsuku zaffe, ebigimusa byaffe byonna mwe mubiteeka mu kukola manda.
Ensonga lwaki tubikozesa bibeera already nga byetaagisibwa okukabonizingibwa. Era bwe tumala wali eri evvu lyaffe bwe tulijja mu kufumbirwa era tulitwala mu garden.
Evvu terikola ng'ebyo by'obiraba nze nina olusuku byenteekamu era obudde buno sooka owulirize ogambye gwe Nakitende yogera ne Ssemakula. So ati Nakitende ebintu ebyo bwe buteeka mu lusuku obudde buno ng'obw'omusana ebitooke biwangaala. Kati ffe tumaze okukizuula mwe musombye ebintu byaffe bye twali badde tuteeka mu lusuku mukola manda.
Tusobola obikozesa emigaso mingi. Tusobola obikozesa mu briquette ne mu gardening.
Nakitende ettooke n'amanda osinga kwagala ki?
Bw'oba ng'ojja ettooke mu garden olifumbisa ki?
Alabika nkoleke engeri gy'oli Nakitende. Kati kyetubuuza eno projekiti yaffe tugikozesa okufunamu ku kasente ng'essomero.
Yes.
Era kati mwenga mmwe abakozi baayo mufuniramu wa kuba kira kintu kinene nnyo.
Tutunda kilo y'amanda ku 200 n'essigiri ze tuba tufunyeemu tulinawo ey'emitwalo 2 n'ey'esatu.
Simanyi oba master yazze kino ekintu kino tekiri expensive to establish ekyo. That system tekiri expensive to establish. Omanyi twagala ekintu kye muleese nga mu Makindye Ssabagabo municipality nga kiri affordable nga n'abalala basobola okukikola. It is a good one, but our question is it very expensive for every school? For example, every school in Makindye to start.
Yes, omusomesa kubanga project erabika ng'etala kasente omuntu okutandika. Era osobola tugeraageranyiza mwe mubaali mutandika mwakozesa sente nga mmeka era mwakakolera bbanga ki because kirabika kiri mu operation. Practicability yakyo kikola
neyanziza nnyo banaye okumpa omukisa guno ate okuba wano maaso g'abayizi bange. Erinnya lyange mpitibwa Mwami Mubiro Williama nga ndi musomesa ow'ebyobulimi era n'obutonde bw'ensi ku St. Peters. Twatandika projekiti eno mu 2016 nga tugikolanga pilot project. Twatandika n'ekyuma kyali kitonotono era kyali tumalawo obukadde 6. System yonna gye twatandika nayo nga tutandika briquette yatumalako obukadde 10 nga tutandika kuba twalina challenge nti twali twetaaga amasannyalaze okuraninga ku machine zino tufuna n'amasanyalaze agasobola ki agaruraninga machine. So twatandika ne carbonizer nga tutandika carbonizer eno twagigula emitwalo 3 gye twatandika nayo. Akuma akasengejja ne twagula emitwalo 25. Ebyaddako ne tugamba tujja kuba yali innovation, ne tugamba tugule ebyuma byaffe tubyeyokyere ku ssomero. Kye twakola ne tugula ebyuma ebyokya ne tuinvolvinga nga abaana nga tugula materials ne tugenda nga tufabricatinga. Ng'ogyeko bye twasooka okugula ebibiri, crusher twazeekolera ffekka. Crush emu emalawo akadde kamu emitwalo 2. Ne tugenda ku mixer, ne mixer emalawo kamu miliyoni 1.5 kuba zino ebyuma bino crusher ne mixer bikozesa mota, naye era osobola okukola ebya yingini bw'oba tewoli tewali masannyalaze. Kati ne tugenda ku excluder engine there is this waloka engine yo ebeera ya mafuta naye kati masannyalaze mota ziri motor driven zikozesa masannyalaze. Ne tugenda ku machine eya excluder yasooka yatumalako obukadde 6. Ne tukola dryer yaffe yali era ntonotono yatumalako 1 miliyoni 1 watwakozesa miti ne tubikako akaveera. So bwe twage ebbanga liise katuweze emyaka 10 nga tukola, sente ze twagenda tujjamu twasobola okuscalinga project eno. Osobola otandika empola n'ogenda ng'oscalinga kwe kufuna machine eno gye mulabye. Machine eyo sente zonna ezagigula zaava mu ki? Zaava muno. Machine yatumalako miliyoni 12.5. Era ne tukola ne machine endala nga tulina ne miira esobola okukola ki? Okumiiringa. Ne bye twatandika nabyo twaddamu ate ne tulikola refabrication era n'abaana naye ne tubikola ku ssomero. Bwe twalaba nga production eweze ng'ate tukola amanda twasalawo tuscalinga briquette production yaffe kw'okuintroducinga idea ey'okuyigiriza abaana okukola amasigiri gano. Era gano amasigiri abaana bye bagakola tukuŋŋaanya ebibaati bino byolaba ne tukozesa liners zino ne tukola amasigiri ge bayita ceramic lined stoves. Era twasobola n'okukola ekyuma ekirala ekikola amanda gano ga stick, naye waliwo na institution eziba zaagala amanda bwe gati ng'abantu abalunda enkoko, omuntu ayagala ofumba ebijanjaalo bye, lino baliyita honeycomb, nalyo tulikola. Naye kino ekyuma kyo kyali handmade. Ng'ogyeko ekyo ne osobola okutandika ng'okozesezza ekyuma ekitonotono eky'omukono. Era kifulumya bu sticks nga 6. Osobola okukola ekifulumya bu sticks obuwera 6 oba 3 nga togenze na masannyalaze. So mu mbeera yonna essomero lisobola okutandika, omuvubuka asobola okutandika. Kyetufunyeemu ennyo nti abavubuka buli luwummula bajja ku ssomero nabo ne bayiga enkola yaki y'amanda gano, ate ne bagatunda nabo ne bafunamu akasente mu ngeri ya commission, ne bakola n'amanda era ne bakola nnyo marketing. Twagirekera baki ba youth bagenda bakola production ne batunda. Mwebalinya akadde ke mumpadde bannaye. Lyakira essaawa 6. Briquettes zaffe zaakira essaawa 6. Ffe ku ssomero tuyina energy saving stoves, nazo twazikola sente twakajja mu briquette ne tukolamu energy saving stove ezisobola okufumbira abaana bonna. Tulina abaana abasukka mu 14 naye tukozesa kilo 50, breakfast kilo 10, lunch 10 ne supper kilo 10. naye twali nga tetunatandika challenge twagulanga enku nnyingi. Kati saawa eno tetukyakozesa nku, tukuŋŋaanya kasasiro era sente ze twajjamu twasobola n'okugulayo akapikipiki kano ke bayita katukutuku. Kano katuyambako somba kasasiro mu community. Baada ba identifyinze bino byokka naye tuyina ne urban municipal waste. Kasasiro mungi asuulibwa mu community. Tumukuŋŋaanya nga tukozesa akapikipiki kaffe ne tujja ne tumuyisa mu process nga bano gye bayiseemu. Ebiri non-biodegradable osangamu bwe pampa ebyumayuma tubikwata ne tubiteeka mu incinerator ne tubyokya responsibly. Nakyo ne kiyamba okuba nti kasasiro tumukuŋŋaanyizza mu bantu. Abantu bamutuwana ku bwereere tetuteekamu wadde 1,000 naye ate owakasasiro okujja okunona kasasiro wo ajagamba nti buli bulutu gye ntwala ojja kumpa emitwalo 4. Kati awo ne tubanga tukuŋŋaanya kasasiro ne tumufuna. Abayizi baffe bano bafuna omukisa nabo otwala ku briquettes kuba bwe bazikola bateekamu nabo amaanyi ne batwalako ewaka nabo ne bafumba ewaka. Era abaana bakola sigiri ne bakola ki ne bazitwala. Kati n'abazadde oba oli awo nabo nga bazze mutuweeyo kilo 10 mutuweeyo bweziti. Twatandikira ku siringi 1,000 naye kati n'ebbiri tukola ki tutunda nga tulaba tufunamu. Essomero lisobola okufunamu sente ne bwe tuba na mwana nga ayina obukosefu bwa sente oba omuzadde ayina obukosefu bwa sente, tuyina engeri gye tukibipingamu ne tusomesa omwana ne tumuwa skills, naye ffe nga tuyina we tujja akasente mu project ne kayimirizaawo essomero ne kasasula abasomesa abaana ne basoma ate n'abaana ne baba nga balya bulungi. Kati otukomplimentingako tree planting, tuyina tree nursery tusimba emiti ate ne tugiwa n'abayizi ne bagisimba mu community okusobola okuuma obutonde bw'ensi n'okureducinga okutema emiti. Tulina ne school garden nti abaana tubayigiriza urban organic farming. Balabye nti product ate bwe zivaayo ezimu tuzikozesa nga tubayigiriza okukola organic compost manure gwe tuyambako mu nnimiro.
Naye mwe nga tubaagadde nnyo obudde tubawadde bungi.
N'ekirala nti tuli demo center, buli omu akkirizibwa okujja ne tumuyigiriza byonna bye tukola banetubaaniriza free of charge. We don't charge any money ku muntu ajja and we offer training n'abaana baffe n'abayizi baffe bano.
Oze ekirala ndooza ne kasasiro wa municipality tutandike kumuleetanga eri
nga tweyanziza tweyanzeege
yo tunoonya wamuyiwa situlabawo
mbadde njogerawo n'abakasasiro nga gye tuyita nga tukuŋŋaanya abagamba bannaye batwongeza ne sente tubadde tuwa emitwalo 2 kati batugamba ena mutuyambe mutwalire kasasiro ono kati bamutwala ku Mitiana Road. Remember incidents yagwawo ekiteezi, all of us twafiirwa abantu baffe olw'akasasiro, rubbish killing people, and this is a practical solution how we can make best of waste and saving the environment.
Doza tukomaawo tuba olwokadde ebibuuzo tebibe bingi.
Ebibuuzo njasaba babikanyugira bamusaayi muto bano.
Tweyanziza nnyo ssebo omusomesa olw'okulambika ku kwotuwadde ku pulojekiti eno. Abayizi pulojekiti eno ezeerandiza sikyo mwatandika nakatini ne mugenda nga mukozesa mukono pulani ki gye mulina singa muwangula miliyoni 5 essaawa eno kiki kimuzaako?
Kyetugenda okuzzaako kwe kwongera ssente mu pulojekiti yaffe ekule ate era tufunemu ekirala.
Kiki etannakola kye mugenda okugattako? Kyekibuuzo kyange.
Kyetugenda okugattako we tukolera twongereko
ne machines zaffe.
Ne space ya kasasiro gwe bajje mu municipality we tunaamuteeka.
Kwegamba mwetegesedde okwaniriza kasasiro wa polisi. Kale Nakitende, nga mmwe abayizi budde ki bwe mukola mu pulojekiti eno ng'ate mulina n'okusoma, kubanga erabikanga erina emirimu mingi eyeetaaga abakozi ababeerawo, ate bwe muba nga mugenda gifuula practical nga egenda kuleeta kasente ng'ate musoma, mukikwasaganya mutya?
Nakitende nga tonaddamu nange nnyongeza ku kibuuzo ekyo. Zi machinery zetulabye masannyalaze birabika ebimu nga biri hazardous naddala eri abaana bato nga mmwe ababi operatinga oba waliwo omukulu alwaninga ebyuma ebyo?
Tulina omukulu gwe tukola naye era yabituyigiriza.
Ekibuuzo kyange kibadde ku kyabudde mmwe nga mmwe, kubanga pulojekiti eno gye mwaleese wano yammwe bayizi mwagireese nga mmwe abayizi nti kyabuyiiya kyammwe mwenyigiramu okulaba nga mukolawo ekyenjawulo mu kunkyukakyuka y'obudde. Kati nga mmwe abayizi abasoma okuva ssaawa 2 paka ssaawa 11 mwenyigira mutya mu pulojekiti eno okulaba nga etambula mu budde ki?
Bwe tuva ku church ku Sunday tugenda n'otukola ne ku Saturday.
So mu weekdays tewali kye mukola?
Tulina kuba abaana abamu nabo bali involved mu tree planting, projects nyingi ze tukola ku ssomero lyaffe. Yes.
Thank you very much. I think this is our last group. Ndowooza musobola okukiriyalinga stage kati. Tegeezezza abasazi tubadde basatu. Era bwe tufulumyemu katono nnyo eddakiika nga 5 kubadde kugatta na kufuna kye batuyita average. Projects zonna ffenna tuzirabye, zonna zibadde project nnungi. Mukulu Lord Mayor tukwaniriza. Ekirungi ofunyeeko omukisa okulabako ku bapulezenta abamu n'omutindo gw'ebyokuyiiya bye bazze nabyo. Essaawa eno ngenda kusoma abawanguzi, kuba ffenna tuli bawanguzi, naye ngenda tutandikira ku namba 7 bategeezezza nti amasomero gali 7 agatuuse ku kamalirizo. We have 7 schools and the 7th school is Chigo Prisons Primary School. Obubonero efunye 65 average. Mu kyomukaaga tulinamu St. Teresa Bunamwaya. Efunye obubonero 68. Mu kifo kyokutaano mulimu Creamland Primary School. Eyo neekonya obubonero 7. Mu kifo kyokuna mulimu St. Javira Lweza Primary School. St. Javira akonya obubonero 7 mbona. kati olwo tuba tutuusa awasava. Mu kyokusatu mulimu Masajja Umeya. Bwe tuna wano Masajja Umeya akonye obubonero 81. Mu kyokubiri Lubugumu Umeya. Lubugumu Umeya akonye obubonero 85. Ndowooza yeesigadde mu mmanyi. Ebintu ebyenjawulo nga muno mubaddemu innovation and creativity, obuyiiya obwenjawulo obusukkulumye, mubaddemu practicability, kyokoze kiri kisoboka, and functionality kikola. Okoze application eyo efumba yinza okuba okugikola ogikoze naye nga teyaka. Environmental benefits okoze naye ki eyamba ki abasinga wano ba project weziwukidde nga project idea nungi naye nga teyamba nnyo ki ku bya butonde bwaffe naye nga ekiyiiye kirungi. Sustainability and replicability tusobola okusigala nga sustainable nga kigenda mu maaso. Use of local materials, byokozesa byaffe bya mu environment, byokozesa byaffe bya wano. Participation and understanding of learners. Wamu wano abayizi nga tebivaayo bulungi, abamu tubadde ne one man army. Yes, awo abayizi project idea nungi naye engeri gy'ojanjamu abayizi tebannagikola ki, tebannagikugukamu, tebagitegeera. Omuntu omu yalinganga yenanyini project obubonero n'osuula obubonero obutonotono awo. Presentation skills, engeri gye weeyisaamu ng'oli wano. Mawulidde abamu nga confidence gye balaga bambagamba mwana nga bana ennaku zino bakambwemu. Yes, presentation skills nkulu nnyo nazo twazitunuuliddeko, ne potential for income generation. Project esoovaamu akasente akayamba abewaka, akayamba essomero, akayamba community. Ebintu ebimu ku bye twatunuulidde era nga bibadde mu bubonero 10. Ndowooza mu session eno tukomyawo.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? You fine? Everyone is fine? That's good. I am much honored to be part of this spectacular competition. I wouldn't even like to call it a competition because under this arrangement, everyone has come out a winner. Do we believe so? Everyone that participated has come out a winner. Because I don't think every school that had time to participate and organize and rehearse and learn and train, they must have gotten to the competition with the raw data. But after the vigorous training and everything, I am sure everyone now has gotten a leaf about the environment and the climate change and everything concerning the competition. Not so? So at this juncture, I want us to give Chigo Prisons a hand clap. You guys, I don't want you to think that you didn't perform because your name came out on the final list of the adjudicators with numbers, not zero. Not so? If we had gotten zeros, it will be a problem with me. I wouldn't even be happy to mention your name, but you got points onto your sheet. That means you must have passed some criteria that were set for you to pass. You must have worked hard, but kind of lost it on the way. But just know, you're going to take back a lot of knowledge to the Chigo prison members there, and will be ambassadors of the climate change and the way to go to have a better climate. I also want us to give it up for St. Peter's. Waliwo abatakubye tetuwulira bubi tukubireko St. Peter's mu ngalo. St. Peter's mwebale nnyo. First of all, mwebale okupa chance okulaba ku such a wonderful performance. I was supposed to come in earlier, but mumanyi engagements here and there. Nenekanga nga ntuuse naye era buli bagulu ndikoze eki ndiyingidde nga Katonda natera okuggalawo bw'adda ngamba ngalabuzi jangu eno. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Head teacher, thank you so much okutegeka amangu abaana bano nendabako wano kubanga kimpadde ekifaananyi ekinene ekya tournament yonna bwebadde, project yonna bwebadde from this, kubanga eventually they came out winners. Tudemu tubakubireko mu ngalo. Twebaza abatandika concept eno. People who thought about this concept that we need this 20, you said PO, you said where is she? You said you had it last year. So this is 2026 climate change mitigation and adaptation projects competition. Whoever came out with that project, please send my regards to Mayor Achikonyem. And we think we are getting better and better and bigger. 2027 is going to be much more bigger and better. Kubanga nanke nyini nja kwenyigiramu okuva tutandikira paka okwetumaliriza kubanga ekino kitukwatako ffenna, climate etukwatako ffenna. Njagala okwebaza bonna abasaze empaka zino kubanga mukoze the standards and emiramu egibadde gigejingibwako gyonna making sure nginotinga innovation and creativity. Abaana bano mubateeseteese nga mubateekateeka okumitigatinga problems za climate change, ate ne mubateekateeka obwongo okubeera creative nti kyemumutaddemu wano leero ajja kuddayo ate ayongere buyiiya. Twagala buyiiya. Obuyiiya is the way to go. Ate nga bwayiiya okusavinga environment ate bwayiiya okubeezaawo obulamu kubanga bina mubitaddemu wano practicability. It's practically doable. Line yonna ebadde wano nga temuli mu science wakugenda Japan, wabula nga it can be done from here mu byuma byaffe ebyawano n'abaana baffe abaawano. Ate it is marketable here kubanga era abaana ffe tugakola briquettes ffe tuzifumbisa. So whatever the benchmarks were very nice and well thought of. Environmental benefits omwana azituwadde, we are not going to suffer again kubanga emiti gyaffe tugenda kukola ki kugisevinga. Kati tubadde mu class tusoma tuyiga okukola ssente tusevinga environment tuwagala obwongo bwaffe. So it is a combination of all the best things that a student can need at this tender age to start up thinking critically, because we need critical thinkers, and you can only think critically if you have been prepared from this stage. So abasomesa tubebaza participation. I saw everyone here trying to participate. Ekyo kitegeeza you're building teamwork. We're building okukolera awamu. Abaana bano tubayigiriza okukolera awamu okuba obumu, era bayigirizibwa n'okulowooleza obumu. It encourages consultation. Woba olaba kibula ekigambo n'otunulako wali n'okifuna. So eventually we are training good citizens who are going to be environmental protectors, who are going to be innovators, who are going to be scientists, who are going to be the best Makindye Ssabagabo will ever need. So twebaza eyatukola project eno gyendabyeko eya oil njiwuliddeko ate nayo ng'eraga nti nayo esevinga oil gwe bayiwaayiwa. Anyhow, I don't know who, if they have assessed the impact of using oil to cook, the fumes. I am not sure about it. I didn't see them Professor, because I want to see how do we. Yeah, we don't need to poison ourselves as we cook our matoke, and then the fumes are going into the beef, and then we are eating the fumes in oil that we don't know. See, oils are a bit dangerous. That exhaust pipe, beer. Oh, so where do you put the oil? It's masaja umeya. But mukubile ko masaja umema. Abe masaja mukubile ko mungalo. Yeah. You know that my division, I come from Masaja division, so I am happy if I see Umeya from Masaja and being a government-sponsored school. How proud Nama I am, and yeah. Can I? Who is the team leader here? Okay. So are they trying to speak through like St. Peter's did?
Primary school came up with the idea of the used oil stove. They all had no use. It was not in the environment. Many schools and the household in our community still depend on charcoal and firewood, leading to the following: deforestation, leading to the desertification and influence of carbon. Soil and air pollution. The air is polluted with open burnings and smoke inhaled by people and animals, which is dangerous to our health. It can cause lung diseases, for example, lung cancer. Increase the greenhouse gases emission, worsening of global warming. Wastage of time, especially for women and with girls who cook at home, usually take long to make fire. This is the illustration. You put the quickly put out
Now, what is that you put in? First of all, I saw a small thing on the side of a battery. Oh, it's used as battery. So where do you put the oil? Okay, it's understandable. We shall have to go, because now this one I saw the clear line of the briquettes. That one I was just skeptical. Oil because it has to burn, and with burning tufuna omukka gwe tegugenda mu mmere. I think it needs to be upgraded with a chimney somewhere to take the fumes away from the area of cooking. So yeah, we need to help these little scientists to improve. Petrol. Yeah.
Mayor,
yes.
Maybe as with the judges, what we noticed, it's a unique innovation, and they've thought about most of the challenges. For instance, for me, my worry was similar to yours, but I was told it has a fan below the switch somewhere, which any fume that would come, instead of going up, it is blown and remains down. But it does not pollute like the way we thought at first.
So you had the same worries?
Yes, I had the same worries.
All right.
But as a new innovation, the comment was, they need to really study and improve, because innovations, that's how they start.
Definitely. There's always a starting point. So we give it up to them. Can we clap for these people? They're also trying to help us get rid of those oils and the other petroleum products. So that one is okay. And that was my only worry, that petroleum products have fumes, but since we have, but we can, yesterday actually with the PR, we went and visited Luvoa. They have chambers where they do the combustion chambers that melt the metals at thousands of degrees Celsius, but we didn't find any smoke around. They said they had invested $2 million in doing that to avoid smoke. We even entered their coloring plant where they color the roofs and the sheets and everything, but we couldn't hear a smell. We wouldn't notice that you have paint around. So I think that can also be mitigated, like you said, maybe when technology improves. So thank you so very much, Mayor. Thank you for representing Masajja. Thank you for representing government. Thank you, Luhugumu Mayor. And this gentleman here, the speaker, is so proud of you. When they called out Luhugumu, he said, that's my school. That's my school. So I think government is proud to have had one of theirs. This is an obby of Luhugumu, not so. Actually, the pioneer. So it's been a long way for that school, and now it has stood the test of time. It is one of the best. That's why it came out as one of the best here. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the motives of helping us get rid of the dust and the solid waste. One of our challenges in the municipal patron and everyone around is solid waste management. It is a problem. And when I see anything trying to mitigate that problem, I support 100%. I had St. Peter's here say they were using different, some solid were composable, right? And others do not compose. The plastics, the glass and everything. I just picked one thing from that now we are trying to change the mindset of the population. That we need to sort the waste that this one likes Luhugumu so much. Yeah, so they did solar. Oh, then that's good. Thank you, Luhugumu. Can you give it up for them? I was saying, you people who are now handling such projects are helping us mitigate the problem of solid waste management. I had a girl here explaining, now we need these ones, the leaves, the banana leaves, the peels, the what. These are composable, then we have to use them. Then these ones we don't. Now having such a project is helping us to sort what? To sort the waste. Now we shall have another chance of selling the recyclable solid waste, like the glass, like the plastic and the rest. Instead of throwing everything into one dustbin and you find them in the corridors of the school, you find them in the gullies, and the channels are blocked, the roads are blocked because of the waste. It is just by developing one system of briquettes, it is solving a problem of the other solid waste that doesn't compose. We shall support such projects, and we don't want them to end on paper. Because in my term, me and my colleagues and the technicals, I want us to fight the problem of solid waste, so that you guys live happily and healthy in your what? In your areas. We are sure if we are happy to stay alive and healthy, if I said we are going to fight the problem of solid waste management, I would think they would say, katukuleko meya mungalo naye baleka bagala kasasiro waawe. Kasasiro tulina okulwana naye. Nenga tumu mindset yaffe, the problem begins from our homes. Obuzibu buva nga tulikira girasi nopakira ekidomola ekyabise nopakira emmere ennyama n'ekyennyanja byonna noteeka mu kasasiro emmotoka nenona. Tuyige okusootinga ono tumufunemu ssente twalabe ejjo nga mulicyclinga, tumufunemu ssente ate ono tumufunemu amanda, tube nga tetukyalina kasasiro nga tulina ssente. Si weewaawo. This begins with us, and bano abaana betutendese nga bato bajja tuwa results zetwagala okulaba Ssabagabo ennungi, Ssabagabo etukula, Ssabagabo ey'abalamu. Obulwadde buleeta obwavu. You don't leave hospital. Buli kaseera oba mu ddwaliro sente zikugwako. Bwe tunaalwanyisa ne tugenda wano, climate neetereera, omusana ne gutatuwokya, birime byaffe ne bikula, we shall be healthy. Nkakasa, we need to plant trees. PO. We have our partners. They have a dream of planting 10 million trees this year, right? They have only planted 1.something millions. They said, Mayor, funa amagezi gonna getusimba emiti oba million 10 gibeera mu Ssabagabo gibeeremu. I want us to work together. N'abaana bano kibakaaba to reduce tree cutting. As we fight to reduce, let's fight to plant. Not so? The office of the mayor has enough seedlings. So wherever you want, every school that wants, everyone who wants, if you want to put in your home, I'm just a call away. Kwa mukubi simu, emiti ofune. Twagala abo bannaffe abatuwadde emiti miliyoni 10. Buli muntu mu Ssabagabo nga ayinako omuti. Kati tunaba tulwana bino nga naffe tulina kye tukolawo okukola ki? Okuzzaawo. Awo wabi banange emmere eri yaffe, nsaba nkome wano, mbeebaze ennyo okumpita. Erinnya lyange nze Galabuzi John Bosco Serunkuuma, w'ekisa kya Katonda, nze His Worship the Mayor, Makindye Ssabagabo Municipal Council. Tweyanziza nnyo Petron. I have noticed this, and I think I need to thank you here. Nti si kyangu okutuwanga time nga municipality, because I am sure it is very valuable to you. Naye nsaba tugatte engalo zaffe tukubire ow'ekitiibwa Petron JB olw'okwagala municipal. I have noticed nti buli kasawa bawe kikwata ku Ssabagabo obaawo, kasajja obaawo kitwala Ssabagabo mu maaso obaawo. Thank you so very much. Abakubye mu ngalo muzikubire ddala. Balowooza obulungi ne bateesa obulungi bwe batyo, ne balaba nti osaanidde okubeera omutembeesi w'enkulaakulana Makindye Ssabagabo. Tusaba Katonda akutukuumire mu kisanja kyaffe kino n'ekiddako, obeerewo ng'era otembeeta ensonga zino. Makindye Ssabagabo eyakaayakane, kubanga abantu nga mmwe tubeetaaga for your wise counsel. We don't take it for granted that the time you're giving us and sit here from 10 to now, we can't repay that. Tulina kukola birungi ne weeyagalira mu Ssabagabo ng'omusana tegukwokya emiti nga tugisimbye, ng'ebisiikirizo obisanga, ng'enguudo zinungi, ng'enguudo ziriko amataala, nga Lubugumu ejja n'ekola n'ewangula, Masajja Wume ejja n'ekola n'eraga nti abaana basoma, ne private schools nga zonna nnungi. Awo naawe ojja kusanyuka nti wali Petron w'enkulaakulana mu Ssabagabo. We are proud to have you on board, and we are proud to learn from you. Deputy Town Clerk, thank you so very much for representing and being an educator. I don't trust anyone more ku byokubeera nti tufuna the best ng'osala empaka kubanga perfectionist are few naye tumanyi nti tetuwuliddeyo na kwewulungumya nti abasala babadde basatu bakubire mwebale nnyo okubeera byabakama abalungi mwebale nnyo okuba akakiiko k'ebyokulonda akalungi ne mulangirira ebintu ebyo byennyini ebivudde mu kulonda si weewaawo mubakubireko mu ngalo kyandirabise kitya nga bagambye nti asoma avudde wansi n'agamba Kigo prison yesendye eno St. Peters yeryeri kiba kitya so twebaza
olwaleero nga municipal council okusookera ddala nze Emmanuel Katoba Temetto nze ndi mwogezi wa kitongole kyaffe kino ekya Makindye Ssabagabo municipal council. Olwaleero tubadde n'empaka z'abaana b'essomero ku mutendera gwa primary naye nga tuli mu mpaka zino ez'ebintu ebya environment oba obutonde bw'ensi. Tuli challenge ensi yonna nga ne Ssabagabo terekeddwa bweru nti obutonde bw'ensi bugenze bukyuka. Omusana nga bwe gwayakanga edda kati si bwe gwaka, enkuba nga bwe yatonyanga kati si bwe etonya, olw'okuba nti human activity oba ebintu omuntu byakola byongedde okulaba nga ate bitawaanya era nga biyugumya obutonde bw'ensi mu ngeri emu oba endala. Naye olunaku lwaleero abaana abadde wano nga batubuulira projekiti zaabwe ez'enjawulo z'obadde bakola bakola mu masomero gaabwe ne mu community zaabwe okulaba nti balwanyisa biki ebiva mu butonde bw'ensi okwonooneka. Kati gamba nga tulina abantu bangi abafumbisa enku oba batema emiti nga bookya amanda. Ekyo bwe kitakomezebwa oba bwe tutakiteekako kkomo ng'eggwanga nga Ssabagabo obutonde bw'ensi bufa buggwaawo. Tulina ebintu bingi so olunaku olwaleero tubadde n'amasomero kumpi 7 agayitamu okutuuka ku 11 ya competition era buli omu aleese projekiti zibadde nnyingi za njawulo era essomero erisinze libadde lya St. Peters Nursery and Primary School liri Bunnamwaya division lyerisinze era projekiti yaalyo ebadde mu kukola briquettes oba amanda ge bakulunga mu kasasiro ne tugakozesa. Kino kiba nti kiyambako abantu abafumbisa amanda ga bulijjo ag'okutema emiti bakendeeza ne babanga instead bafumbisa amanda gavudde mu kasasiro. Tubadde n'essomero eddala libadde eryokubiri libadde lya Umeya Lubugumu Umeya nga bano balina green project ya greenhouse mwe balima envendiirwa okulaba nti bakozesa kasasiro owanna kavundira ne bakola envendiirwa zebagabula abaana n'abaana ne bayigirako n'abazadde. Ne project endala ebadde ya Masajja Umeya ate yo naye bali ne project eri unique ekozesa okufumba obuugi bw'abaana ku ssomero naye nga bakozesa oil omukadde mu sigiri era enteeketeeka obulungi oba endesigning obulungi. Kino nakyo kyanjawulo tukirabye nti singa kinonyerezebwako nga tekirina side effects oba bivaamu bikyamu nayo project ebadde ennungi n'amasomero amalala mangi. So twagala okutwala omukisa guno okwebaza all the participating schools amasomero gonna agaparticipatinze n'okusingira ddala agatandikira ddala mu kukola competition zino kubanga amasomero mangi gazzenga gacompetinga naye agatuuka ku guno omutendera nga bwe ngambye gabadde 7 then netusunsulamu 3 agasinze. Essomero erisinze lifunye miliyoni 5 ezabuliwo, essomero eryokubiri lifunye miliyoni 2 n'essomero eryokusatu lifunye miliyoni 1. Mu kuwaliriza amasomero gano okutekinga part oba okuwenyigira mu competition zino tekiriiko kkomo kasita libanga essomero liri mu Ssabagabo liparticipatinga ne liba nti eririiseemu nga liwangudde lifuna ebirabo ebyo neritaliseemu ne lifuna ekyokuyiga okulaba nti ate tugenda gatwala ku mutendera omulala ogwa national level okompitinga okufuna oba oli awo obuyambi obulala obusinga ku buno. Twagala nnyo okwebaza owekitiibwa meeya ne town clerk kubanga meeya abaddewo ogaba ebirabo byaffe bino ogaba certificate buli ssomero liparticipatinze n'ogaba ebirabo byaffe bino. Twagala nnyo okwebaza office ya town clerk eteeseteese neya ekitongole ekyeducation. Twagala nnyo okwebaza ebitongole bino byonna okulaba nti byenyigiddemu okulaba nti abaana baffe batekinga part era batusomesa ffe ate abadde bali eno side eno nga tulaba biki projects zetusobola okukola ez'enjawulo mu kulaba nti tulwanyisa obutonde bw'ensi bulabikanga bugenze. Ne bwe njogerera kati mulaba omusana gwaka nnyo saawa ziri 10 naye omusana gwaka saawa oyinza oga nti saawa 6. Bino byonna biva ku butonde bwansi okulaba nti bugenze bufa nga ate ababusse balala ffe nnyini ng'abantu. mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Yange nze Damulira Saulo, director wa St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School Bunnamwaya. Twatandika project eno eyokukola briquette okuva mu kasasiro nga twagala okulaba nga tuyamba ekitundu kyaffe okulaba tukendeeza kasasiro mungi ayitiridde wamu n'okuyigiriza abaana okusobola okulaba nga bakuuma obutonde bw'ensi nga bwe basimba emiti abantu baffe mu kitundu n'abaana baffe ng'emiti ebyo gibeerawo okusobola okuyamba embeera y'obudde okuba nga etebenkera nga enkuba tugifuna okusaako n'okuba nti obudde tebuba nga bwakayakana nnyo. Kale no mu ngeri eyo tukunganya kasasiro oyo tusobola okumwokya ne tumugyamu olusennyente ne tumugattagattamu n'ebbumba ne tusaamu ne molasi awo nesobola okuba nga tukolamu amanda agaaka ne gasobola okuba nga gafumba emmere y'abaana ku ssomero okusaako n'okuba nti tufunira abavubuka baffe emirimu abajja okuba nga benyunyunga mu kukola amanda ago naye aba nga basobola okugatunda mu kitundu kyabwe ne bafuna ssente. Era kituyambye nnyo kubanga ffe enku twazivaako emyaka ga 10 egiyise nga twenyigira mu kuba nti tukozesa amanda ago aga briquette. Era tuyita abantu bonna abalina obwagazi bajje tubasomese okusomesa kwa bwerere mpozi olinga asibye nga nayo katuwaddeyo naye nga kwa bwerere kwa kigendererwa kyaffe kuyamba community yaffe kulaba nga kasasiro tumukendeeza naye nga tumugyamu ekiki ekiramu ekiyinza otuyamba. Esebo parite naliyagadde kibe tukwasizaako ennyo kwe kuba nti mu kusooka kwa byonna nga bwe tukoze olwaleero neetuleeta nebanga abantu basobola okuba nga batulabako ku bye tukola ereddemu etuleete. Ekyokubiri kasasiro ono nga bwali bwatyo twandiyagadde okugula ekifo awanene awayinza okuba nga tuzimba kilini oba tanuulu eyinza okuba nga emwokya. Mu kiseera kino tukozesa tanuulu ntono eri abaana baffe ku ssomero nga twagala tanuulu ennene ennyo ng'osobola okuteeka trailer ennamba ya kasasiro n'oba nga ogyokya. Bw'ogyokya osobola okuba nga ojjako mpola raw material gw'oyagala okukozesa osobola okuba nga okola ekintu ky'oyagala okuba nga ojjayo. Kusoomooza kwensanze mu kusooka kale kwe nasanga kwali mu kusomba kasasiro naye oluvannyuma twasobola okugulayo ka tricycle oba katukutuku akasobola okusomba kasasiro oyo kumujja mu bantu ne kamuleeta tumukuŋŋaanya mpozi n'okumwanika abenga avaamuko ku mazzi ago sobola okuba nga tumwokya bulungi. Naye ate n'ekyala mashini yaffe gye tukozesa ya masannyalaze etwala omuliro mungi kati kiba nti omulimu guno ogw'okukola ogw'okunyoola amanda ago oba briquette ezo wabaawo omuliro mungi ogulina okuba nga gugenda mu motors ezo kale ne kiba nti awo nawo amasannyalaze awo gagendakokko. Naye era nga bw'ogenda okugeraageranya ng'alongoosa omuntu eyalwala kiyambako kko nti katuzizaawo buzansi yaffe ti embeera ensi yayonooneka ng'omuntu wanamuganda tulya kino n'akirya naye oluvannyuma naaba nga afunye ekizibu mu mubiri bagenda omulongoosa sente ziba nnyingi naye oluvannyuma obulamu bukomawo. Kale naffe tuzabuza bulamu eri abantu naye nga tuyita mu buzibu bw'amaanyi nnyo okulaba nga buli kimu tukikwataganya. Naye nga Ssabagabo Municipal esobola tuyambako ku bintu ng'ebyo ng'amasannyalaze ng'ago n'ebiringa ng'ebyo kisoboka okuba nga kituyamba. Abatulaba obubaka bwe nnina tukuume obutonde bw'ensi. Emirundi egisinga twerabira nti omuntu yekennyini naye ali part of the environment naye butonde bwe nnyini neeyawula. So nga bwe tuba nga tukitegedde obutonde bw'ensi tulina obukuuma kituyamba nnyo okuba nti tukuuma embeera yaffe nga ya mulembe nnyo ne tuba nga tusobola okufuna enkuba mu budde n'okusimba ebirime byaffe ne bibeerawo awo ne tweyagalira mu nsi yaffe nga nnungi. Tusangibwa Bunnamwaya ku nsalo ya Seguku ne Bunnamwaya tuli mu Bunnamwaya division era tuyitibwa St. Peter's Nursery and Primary School Bunnamwaya essomero lyaffe. Era omulimu guno gukola briquette tuguluddemu emyaka egiwere 10 era kati tukuguse tuli bakugu abatwagala mujje mutwebuuzeeko.